my name is Donny Lowy. I want to share with you a fascinating message from the story of Pesach. When it came to the frogs, one of the plagues that the Egyptians experienced, Vayera describes initially the frogs in the plural, but actually when the frogs emerged from the Nile River, the frogs are described in the singular as one frog emerging from the Nile River. Rashi explains that one frog came out. The Egyptians went ahead and hit that frog. They tried to exterminate that frog, but the more they attacked that frog, the more it divided and divided and divided until one frog exponentially grew into a multitude of frogs. What's interesting is that at the beginning of the Pesach story, the Jewish people experienced something similar, but it works to their benefit. The Egyptians are trying to suppress the Jewish people. They are trying to deal with the fact that they feel that the Jewish people are growing in numbers. So they also go ahead and afflict the Jewish people. And what happens? The Jewish people grow in numbers exponentially. I think there's an amazing message that we could use on a daily basis. The following is being told to us by the Torah, in my humble opinion. When we're dealing with a problem, when we have a challenge, it's only natural to deal with that challenge in an adverse manner. But what happens, the more we see a challenge and the more we become emotionally invested in that challenge, the bigger the challenge becomes, the more energy we put into fighting that challenge and to trying to overcome the problem that we're dealing with, we start changing ourselves. Either we become disappointed that we have not yet conquered that challenge, or maybe we become emotionally upset about the challenge that we're facing, and then that challenge grows and grows until, unfortunately, we might either give up, or we might just take that challenge and just allow it to, so to speak, thrive in our lives. I think the Torah is telling us the following. When a person has a challenge, the first thing to do is to accept that challenge. Say, hey, it's here, it's part of our lives, it is what it is. Now, of course, we want to deal with it, but we want to make sure not to deal with it in the same way that the Egyptians dealt with it. How did they deal with it? They went ahead and they started fighting against that challenge. They became so emotionally invested that they didn't even realize that what was happening. That every time they attacked their problem, that problem grew exponentially. So we have to see our problems, but we also have to remember that we're human and we're going to have challenges in our lives. And some challenges we'll be able to overcome very successfully, some we'll be able to keep at bay. But the most important thing is to keep perspective and just do the best that we can without becoming so emotionally invested that we lose the forest for the trees. Now, on the positive side, the Torah is giving us a beautiful message. When we're trying to achieve a goal, and we know we're doing the right thing, and we're really trying to do something good, and we're going to have challenges, whether they're external or maybe internally, we might not always have the right confidence, but as long as we're going in the right direction, as long as we're pursuing something good, even those external challenges can be overcome. Just like the Jewish people were able to grow exponentially in light of the challenges that the Egyptians were giving them. So I want to give you a bracha, I want to give you a blessing in your life. Two things. First blessing. Any challenges you have in your life, I hope you overcome them, but if they're there, realize that they're part of life. They're going to be there. If you overcome this challenge, you'll have another challenge later on. God understands that. That's how we're created. We're human. We're going to have aspirations. We're going to have difficulties, and we're going to have successes as well. So while we're trying to overcome those challenges, we need to have a certain detachment and understand at the end of the day that sometimes we'll succeed, and sometimes we won't succeed as much as we would like to succeed. Number two, when we're trying to overcome something, and this is the second bracha, it's going to be difficult. It's going to be a challenging pursuit, but the most important thing for us is to do what we can. The Jewish people were not that concerned with what the Egyptians were doing. They went ahead and they still built their nation. They persevered. They did the best that they can. The women who were helping deliver the babies, the midwives, they went ahead and still helped to deliver the babies. So when we're trying to achieve something and there are external challenges, or we feel that we have internal challenges, we have to understand that's part of life, and we have to just be driven, and we have to try to achieve what we can. So I hope you're doing very well. I hope you have an amazing, great Shabbos and a great Pesach, and I look forward to hearing about the great success that you are going to have in your life.